Investigators are starting to close in on the David case after collecting evidence from the Tesla and collecting even more evidence from his home. It's becoming crystal clear that he's responsible for Celeste's death, and soon enough, he will be behind bars. Kanye West has released a documentary where he is berating Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian. He screams in their faces and blames them for his mental health issues, but this new documentary movie that he's featured in proves that he's the problem. Bella Hadid's health is declining. She's been hospitalized for weeks now in chronic pain, and her mother, Yolanda, is desperate to find a cure for Bella's illnesses. Ryan Seacrest is concerning fans with his midlife crisis. Insiders say that he's become so vain about his appearance and aging that he's exhausting himself and everyone around him with his goal to be forever young.
What happened to Ryan Seacrest? Because this isn't the same Ryan Seacrest I remember.
Let's get into it. Let's get into the David case. I don't know about you guys, but I am fully convinced that the singer David unalived his either 13 or 14-year-old girlfriend, and now he's trying to cover his tracks, but it's a little too late. He's left way too much evidence on the internet, and now that cops have the body, they're performing the autopsy, they're gonna have a lot of questions for David. There's still a lot of things that don't make sense in this case. Like, if this is his first time unaliving someone, I mean, dismembering a body is pretty intense, but it all does seem to line up. Like, he left his Tesla in that parking lot while he was on tour, trying to create an alibi for himself, not associating himself to this Tesla, this stolen vehicle, or this teenage girl found in it. Everything involving David has pretty much been canceled. His tour has been canceled, multiple shows and festivals that he was supposed to be in, even his album that was supposed to come out last week was canceled. David is so creepy. All the references to Celeste and his music videos, his lyrics, looking at his merch, he's got blood splattered all over the shirts. It kind of reminds me of like a crime scene. And I wonder if his shirt looked like that after whatever he did to Celeste. He was actually selling these button-down shirts on his website splattered with blood for $25. It seems like his entire music career has become a mockery of Celeste's life. I mean, even on his tour that he was supposed to be on like this week that's now been canceled, he was having like fake funerals at each tour site, pretty much laughing in all of our faces that he got away with unaliving someone, but he hasn't gotten away anymore.
I'm about to make my bloody shirt uniform for a tour. Excuse me. Go ahead and take your hand, put some blood on that hand, take that hand, and put it on that shirt.
Also, it's so interesting when you hear him say, like, put that blood on your hand. Like, aren't we talking about paint here? You could say, like, put the red paint on your hand. The words that he uses.
I'm gonna do this 25 more times, and I'll come back to you when it's finished. It's the bloody shirt. As you see, my hands are completely decimated, but we came out with a good uniform. I'm about to go on stage.
There's a lot to unpack from that video. This comment reads 25 times, a little specific. He never showed where the blood came from. And finally, why exactly 25 times? I'm curious to know that as well. I mean, God, why does my mind just go to the worst things? It's because this case has been so crazy. Like, what if he stabbed her 25 times, and that's why he's obsessed with that number. I mean, he does release music every year on her birthday. He's obsessed with her birthday, which is September 7th. Rest in peace. There's a stream that's going viral right now featuring Celeste and David, where she mentions the potential of child R-word, like harming a minor, which is exactly what David was guilty of. She brings this up, and you can see quickly he gets bothered by this and asks his moderators to make sure they delete everything involving this video.
It trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
It sounds like she kind of like was testing him there, kind of saying like, isn't it controversial what you're doing to me?
Really?
At this point, they like went mute for a moment.
It's been a good one. Bye.
Hey guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything goes. Everything.
This person asked a great question. Where was everyone when this was being streamed? That's a great question. Where was everyone? And I have a lot of questions for David's team in particular. John Marshall, you were responsible for David's day-to-day life. You put him up in the home up there in the hills where the vehicle was located. How much did you know about David? Or did all these people just protect him because they saw money signs, this big tour that's now been canceled? Literally today, on September 24th, he was scheduled to go and perform at the Grammy Museum. But that event, of course, has been canceled because who wants to go and listen to a murder suspect sing? There are so many David defenders right now, even trying to say, he didn't do it, or disconnect the music from the person. Okay, I understand how some people should do that. Like they try to when it comes to R. Kelly or, maybe even Diddy. But when it comes to David, his music is literally written about these crimes, describing these crimes and what he had put Celeste through, explicitly saying he killed someone. So no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to separate the music from the artist because both of these two go hand in hand. It looks like when they searched his home recently, they were looking for traces of blood and collected some hair samples there. They also took a big laptop, which I'm glad because there's probably a lot on there. This comment reads, he called Celeste his girlfriend and he was having his first Valentine's Day with her in February 2024. I mean, he even has a song about her titled Celeste. So don't you try to tell me to separate the artist from the crime and the music because it is all associated. He sings, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed." He continues, "Oh Celeste, afraid you'll only love me when undressed, but you look so goddamn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed, but I digress because..." Also weird that he's talking about like a literal 13-year-old girl in a dress. Oh, and I might add, that kind of looks like Celeste in the music video, too. He always hired lookalikes in his music videos. And that's like him and her hanging out, I guess. Him babysitting her, grooming her. Now, the song in particular was leaked in December 2023. It's interesting timing because Celeste's mother told the media that her daughter went missing in April 2024 and had a boyfriend named David. So it seems like they had been talking for some time, and actually, I believe that they had been talking ever since she was 10 and he was 15 when they met on an online game, Fortnite. We do have another unreleased song from David. I'm going to see if YouTube's going to copyright it, but if not, here it is.
Are you still under the car? Stay with me. I know it's my fault. How could I just sit here wondering why I'm not sober and why she's not home? Oh God, I'm here. Can't you take me instead?
So it seems like this guy has been admitting to this entire time. And I wonder, does he feel guilty about it? Like, why does he want to continue bringing up these visuals of him putting a body into a trunk in his music video or her disappearing on the screen? There are still so many questions in this case, and I need you guys to comment below. What do you think? Who do you believe? Let's get into Kanye West. So Kanye's come out with this new documentary titled In Whose Name? And he has a really intense interaction with Kris Jenner where they are straight up fighting each other. Kris is attempting to de-escalate the situation, and it seems like this entire documentary is Kanye getting into spats with people in his lives and them trying to de-escalate it. I truly do not know why he would even go and release this because it's so intimate and personal and makes him look even crazier, unless he wants us to really fully believe that he's gone off the deep end, which, I was convinced a while ago. At one point, he is screaming in Kris's face, saying, "It does matter." And I just know in that moment that if he was a Kardashian, she would have beat his, or a Jenner, she would have checked them real quick because I know her children and Rob would never speak to her like that.
It do matter! It does matter! It does matter! What is more than you just said, yo?
I haven't finished the sentence.
It does matter!
It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It
Him stomping away like a child.
matters what we think. Yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes. Yes. saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
Honestly, Chris gets some points for that because she does seem like she's a reliable mother for a lot of, like, not only her kids, but also her kids' partners. They go to her. And I don't know, maybe because I haven't had kids yet, I don't know if I could put up with like a grown man screaming at my face like that. This comment reads, the fact that he's willing to put this in the documentary means that there is for sure worse in the files, which is a great point. I mean, if this made the cut, then what are those really bad moments that didn't even make it? Now, the film documents his life between the years 2018 through 2024, and they go behind the scenes of really big moments, like his appearance on SNL. Kanye told the cameras that he was bullied for wearing his Trump hat, and that the SNL cast member Michael Che confronted him backstage after the episode. Michael told Kanye that he was foul for throwing them under the bus in that last minute and expressed his disappointment.
You heard they scream at me. They bullied me. They bullied me backstage. They said, don't go out there with that hat on. They bullied me backstage.
Kanye he is really good at like acting like a victim. You know what I mean? Like he can say the rudest, meanest things to someone and he's like, but you hurt me.
And then they say, I'm in a sunken place. You want to see the sunken place? Okay.
I mean, seeing what he's said about a lot of different communities online, including Beyonce's children. You know, I'll never forget what he said about Beyonce's youngest son. I think that's really messed up.
Listen to y'all now. I'm going to put my Superman cape on. Because this means you can't tell me what to do. Follow your heart and stop following your mind. That's how it controls.
I wonder, like, I also want to know, like, this is like after he wanted to run for president, right? He kind of gave up on that part, right? Nobody voted for Kanye, right?
If you want the world to move forward, try love.
The filmmaker Nico was given the green light to shoot a lot of Kanye's life, including an intimate return to his Chicago childhood home in 2021. Everything from his anti-Semitic rants to these moments fighting with Kim are all on display in theaters now. In a 2018 phone call, Kim warned Kanye that he'll wake up one day with nothing. Well, damn, she had her Raven-Symoné moment and saw the future. Kim Kardashian was seen having a heated exchange with Kanye in this documentary. It was after a visit to the White House to meet with Trump. He had a tense phone call with Kim. Kim was worried that Kanye was going to be perceived differently by people in his life, and she wanted him to calm down. I mean, back then, that was like, little gestures compared to some of the big things we've seen in 2024, 2025. Kanye said, I don't care about the music business. I don't care about the work field. I'm in a slave business. I'm a slave to Universal. What are you talking about? Of course they're losing. Kim replied, just because you have a job and you work hard doesn't mean you're a slave. That's demeaning because I work hard with brands that are similar to all of that. Kanye replies saying, no, never tell me I'm going to wake up one day and have nothing. Never put that into the universe. Let's look at some more footage from Kanye's documentary. See, that's just not acceptable at all. Like someone just like animalistically charging at you and screaming at you. It's got me stressed out. I'm like thirsty. Make sure you guys drink your water. Look at him fighting with all of his employees. No wonder so many sue him.
It ain't about my life. It's calling on my life.
But at some point, it's a reality that people say no. People say no to me on a daily basis, and I don't just start screaming and throwing a tantrum. That's just not normal.
That's my personality.
But your personality was not like this a few years ago.
What do you mean? I used to scream backstage. This tape used to be like scream backstage.
He's so manipulative. Like the way his tone even changes. It's like Kim is expressing to him like, you are not the same person that I was with in the past. And he's like, what do you mean? You were just charging and screaming at this woman.
I'm so crazy because he's black.
Nick, what you care about crazy?
No,
And by the way, we're not black. How about that? We're not black. We're Indian.
Yeah.
We're Native American.
Yeah.
How many of y'all grandmothers got Indian in your family?
Yeah, I'm Indian.
Wait a second, but what happened to the Indian? We black. Show me black on the planet.
Because he's
Why you stop
Australian
recording?
left. He knows the fucking shit.
Why you sound crazy? Because my phone is down. Nah, because you think I sound crazy.
No, you don't sound crazy. You sound fucking legit.
That would be such a stressful and high-tense environment to be in. One person asked, is he screaming throughout the whole documentary? Another person writes, mental health is not an excuse for abuse. I'm so excited that fall is here. The nights are getting colder, the meals are getting heartier, and we all crave something warm and satisfying. That is where HelloFresh comes in. They've got those fresh seasonal ingredients and those chef-designed recipes, all delivered straight to your door. And this season, they've taken it even further. Now you can pick from 100 different options every week. Try those seasonal dishes, try some dishes from around the world. I just love how you can customize your HelloFresh. For example, I want some more protein this fall, so I can go and customize my dinners so I can go and make sure I keep up that protein. But they also have a bunch of veggie-packed meals, which my cholesterol would thank me for. Go to HelloFresh.com/Sloan10FM to get 10 free meals and a free item for life. One per box with active subscription, free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only, varies by plan. That's again, HelloFresh.com/Sloan10FM. Get those 10 free meals and that free item for life. Starting a business can feel hard because there's so much to do. Build out a website, create a logo, product descriptions. Then there's payments, inventory, shipping, returns. It can feel like it's all too much, which is why I love Shopify. Shopify is the platform behind millions of businesses, even powering 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From huge names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands that are just starting out, Shopify's everywhere and you can get started right now. Building your website is fast. They have ready-to-go templates for you to choose from. You can even customize the templates to match your brand. No coding required. Shopify has all the advanced tools. Of course, they have AI, which can help you with product descriptions, headlines. It can even help you improve your product photos. And when it comes to running your business, Shopify is an expert. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, then it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Sloan. Go to shopify.com/Sloan. That is shopify.com/Sloan. Let's get into Bella Hadid. Our girl Bella Hadid is not doing well. And no, she's not stuck on a yacht somewhere. They say that health is wealth. And, you know, you could be Bella Hadid, the most rich and beautiful supermodel out there. But if you're not healthy, you can't enjoy it. So my heart breaks for her. And actually, anyone dealing with health issues. I mean, my little brother, he's been in ICU for over a week now. He's not doing well. Mom has not been doing well. I've been in a really bad headspace lately because, like, you know, these things happen and you can't control them. And I feel bad for Bella Hadid. She's been missing because she's been in the hospital. Bella is sparking concern for her health after posting a series of photos from the hospital bed where she's got several IVs. She wrote a cryptic message, "I'm sorry, I always go MIA. I love you guys." Her sister writes, "I love you. I hope you feel as strong and as good as you deserve soon." Well, we know Lyme's disease is a popular thing among celebrities. Actually, my sister has Lyme disease. I think my brother might too. It's pretty popular, and I'm from Virginia, so there's ticks everywhere. But we know Justin Timberlake has Lyme's disease. Yolanda Hadid, Bella's mother, has Lyme's disease. Yolanda recently posted a heartbreaking tribute to her daughter Bella as she remains hospitalized due to symptoms from Lyme's disease. She wrote, "You are relentless and courageous. I admire your bravery and willingness to fight for health despite failing protocols and countless setbacks. There simply aren't enough big words for the darkness, the pain, and the unknown hell that you've lived through since your diagnosis in 2013. You really didn't live. You learned how to exist inside the jail of your own paralyzed brain." And I'm not an expert when it comes to Lyme's disease or ticks. I know certain ticks have it, certain don't. I feel like wherever they got their Lyme's disease, like it must have been a really strong kind of form of Lyme's disease. Earlier in May, Bella told Vogue that she was struggling with extreme fatigue, brain fog, and joint pain and other symptoms associated with Lyme's disease. She also notes that she struggles with depression, anxiety, ADHD, endometriosis, PMDD, PCOS. Wow. Oh, she's got a whole... So when she goes to the doctor, she has to check all the boxes. Damn. I'm sorry, Bella.
I know what it feels like to not want to get out of bed from bone pains and exhaustion and days on end and not want to socialize or be around people because the anxiety and brain fog just isn't worth it. Taking naps in between work days at lunch, and just getting through the days without really
See, you could have it all and be the top supermodel, but be struggling inside.
anything to look forward to at the end of the night besides sleeping, which is probably what I was thinking about when I woke up in the morning.
Bella describes her chronic pain as excruciating, explaining it's difficult for her to get out of bed some days. So we are sending love and healing to Bella Hadid. Let's get into Ryan Seacrest. Now, I haven't heard about Ryan in a while now, but there were people talking about him online saying that it looks like he's going through some kind of like midlife crisis, which I could believe because something about like Ryan Seacrest seems like he's been in a midlife crisis since like the early 2000s. This report claims Ryan Seacrest is turning into a fitness freak as he desperately tries to bulk up his skinny waif-like frame. An insider says that he's lifting all these weights to muscle up and is making a scene doing it as his social media shows. Now, Ryan has been bulking up this summer. He's been posting all over social media. I wonder who he's working out for. According to an insider, it looks like Ryan hits the gym every morning to use a variety of weight machines and free weights, which, I mean, a lot of people do. I work out pretty much every day. I did not today, though. He's desperate to build himself up, targeting every area of his body. It's exhausting, the insider says, but he's going for it.
What happened to Ryan Seacrest? Because this isn't the same Ryan Seacrest I remember. The person on the left is the one that I remember, you know, from American Idol and stuff like that. Who is this on the right? And why are all of these celebrities looking different?
This comment reads, they are not the same people. They are being replaced. Wake up, people. It's kind of giving me Britney Spears energy, like she's been cloned. They say, though, but sadly, he's still skinny as a weed, and it angers him that he's so thin in comparison to some of these Hollywood hunks that he hangs out with. Hollywood hunks, his boyfriends? They say it's fueled a total midlife crisis. He's 50 and he fears he's running out of time. He's constantly striving to challenge himself and exhaust himself doing these workouts. He's totally obsessed with his appearance and spending big money on dermatologists and creams and serums for his skin and products for his hair. I mean, I could have told you that 10 years ago. Let's get into Tom Holland. Poor Tom Holland, he got hurt on set while filming the new Spider-Man movie. Ouch, it looks like he hurt his head. Tom got shaken up while filming the Spider-Man Brand New Day and was taken to the hospital after suffering a concussion. It looks like filming has come to a halt because he was treated for a mild concussion. I do want to note that this is what TMZ is reporting. Other sources have said he's got a moderate, so it's either a mild or a moderate concussion. Either way, a concussion is a concussion. They could be deadly. Now, we don't have footage of the accident, and it does look like Tom went to a charity event the day after the accident, but he had to leave early because he was feeling unwell. Though we do have some footage of him performing these stunts, and I question if there are safety protocols in place. You would think they could just like AI all this. It looks spooky. I would fly off. This would be hard to film too, like distracting all those people. There was reportedly another person on set, a female stunt double, that also went to the hospital. We don't have any like updates on how she's doing or how she was hurt, but 2 stars getting hurt on this set, I mean, that's not a good sign. So hopefully Tom can rest up and get better, and the production studios don't pressure him to get back to set too early because they've got to make their July 31st deadline. Let's get into Hailey Bieber. I just know Hailey is waking up with a smile today because she supposedly is outselling Selena Gomez, her longtime enemy and rival. We all know that Rhode was bought over by e.l.f. Beauty, and now they're available in Sephora. So if you want to go get your little lippies or your acid serums, you can go get them right now. Not only did Rhode meet their expectations, but it also shattered records. It looks like their sales reached about 15 million across Sephora stores in North America. And it looks like this number outdid Selena Gomez and Rihanna, her Fenty Beauty. This was such big news in the makeup skincare world. They even had a press conference to talk about it.
We did our launch, all Sephora stores here in the United States and Canada, and lo and behold, we learned last night that it's the biggest launch in Sephora's 50-plus year history.
Now, Sephora is happy about this. They are barking about their success. They said this blew Fenty out the water. Rihanna, who? Now, we tried to look into how much Selena Gomez or Fenty had made when they launched within stores, but those numbers aren't publicly available. So it's interesting that they're doing this with Hailey. I think they're trying to justify that billion-dollar sale. Let's get into Wendy Williams. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Wendy Williams, and I want to advocate for her freedom. I think that she is being taken advantage of by the probate court in New York City. That is how I feel. But our girl Wendy Williams arrived to New York Fashion Week. It looks like the nurses let her out, and she was looking like $1 zillion. That's what the headline says. It looks like she arrived to Laquan Smith's New York Fashion Week show, and she was dressed all in Laquan Smith, and she looks good. I'm glad to see Wendy out and about because she likes this. She wants to be around the people. She wants to see the action. They asked Wendy how she was feeling, and she said she felt great, and she looked super happy. It's just such a far cry from what the courts are saying, that she is struggling with dementia. She doesn't know who she is. That's just not what we see when we see Wendy Williams. See, look at her go. She looks great. Her hair's done, makeup's done. She's got the Graves eyes, but that's always going to be there. You know what I mean? But look how happy she is. Yeah, she deserves freedom and to be out of there. Ooh. As far as the courts go, Wendy is being ordered to sit down for a deposition in her lawsuit that her guardian filed against A&E. It looks like the judge ordered an early deposition of Wendy, and the judge said that Wendy's dementia diagnosis doesn't make her legally unfit to testify, which is interesting. So she can go and testify and speak in front of a jury, but she can't live on her own. I love how the judge just nitpicks which rights she has and doesn't have. The judge said the deposition will be held remotely in a setting comfortable for Wendy. Can you imagine, like, it opens up, she's like by a fire, lounging in her fur? But it's stupid because this case isn't even to go and fight for Wendy's freedom. It's her guardian fighting A&E, trying to say that, like, they were in the wrong for releasing this documentary about Wendy. I believe that they were in the right because it was in the public's best interest to know what kind of care she's in under you, Sabrina. I'm looking at you, Sabrina Morrissey, her guardian. Let's get into Priscilla Presley. Why are we getting so messy with these old-time headlines? Elvis Presley once called Priscilla Presley while she was in bed with Robert Kardashian, and he never found out. Priscilla Presley is recalling how she navigated her relationship with Robert Kardashian during her divorce from Elvis. In her book titled Softly As I Leave You, Life After Elvis, she talks about how she dated Robert Kardashian. Wow. In the book, Priscilla recalled a night when Elvis called her after a performance at 2 a.m., unaware that she was with Robert. It hadn't crossed Elvis's mind that I might have been asleep. It had certainly never occurred to him that I might be with another man. Despite our divorce, he still couldn't wrap his head around me being with anyone else. She said that Elvis would have gone ballistic, maybe literally, if he knew that Robert was in her bedroom. Elvis always carried a loaded gun, sometimes more than one. Ooh, a loaded gun and a cheeseburger. Robert Kardashian never knew that Elvis had called Priscilla. Priscilla is one of those, sneaky girls. She knows how to get away with things. She said, fortunately, Robert was a sound sleeper, so I leaped out of bed, grabbed my phone before it woke him up. I tiptoed down the hall into the guest room, and then she spoke to Elvis. Now, Priscilla and Robert dated for around a year, but she explained that she didn't like his demanding job that made him work long hours. Robert was a sweet man. I liked him, she added, but Robert wanted to get married, and I knew that it wouldn't work. I wasn't ready to get married again. Priscilla recently opened up about her daughter's tragic death in an interview with People, calling it the second saddest day of her life, other than losing Elvis. Wait, so Elvis was her saddest day, but her daughter was her second saddest day? I feel like your second would be your man, like your child should be your first one, right? Burying your child wasn't your saddest day. Now the comments are going off. She made being Elvis's widow when she's not his widow her entire identity. Losing your daughter should have been the worst day of your life. Wow, just wow. This tells you all you need to know about her. Let's get into Camila Cabello. I wanted to end on a high note because Camila Cabello recently was on vacation and she ran into a bride and the bride's dad. And the bride of this wedding is actually a big fan of Camila Cabello and was going to play one of her songs during her father-daughter dance. And Camila was so touched by this because the song that she had written was a song that Camila had written about her father that she actually decided to go and perform it at their wedding for free. It is so sweet. Camila speaks about how she's inspired by this bride and her relationship with her father and how it reminds her of her dad. And like, that's the first man that you ever really fall in love with. And that's special to you. So I just thought, I actually got emotional watching the TikTok. Here's a video that's gone viral.
We were at our hotel yesterday and I run into Kelly and her family. And she's like, guess what? I'm doing my father-daughter dance to your song, First Man. And that song, I got to meet Kelly, I got to meet her family, I got to meet her amazing dad, Mike. And First Man is a really special song to me. It's a song that I wrote about my dad and about, you know, the moment that I get married, which I have not been married yet, but.
Looking at the comments, this person writes, did I just become a Camila Cabello fan? Same. Another person adds, I love when celebrities do human things. It's so cool. And it is really cool. And I really thought that that was a cool moment and a special moment. And gets you emotional. You know what I mean? Oh, makes me think of like my sister's wedding and stuff like that. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Let's Get Into It podcast. I'm so grateful that every one of you are here. And if you watched to the end, thank you so much. I will see you in next week's episode. Bye, guys.